Well, fight fans, we are set to go. Once again, 3 rounds this scheduled in the lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a grappler standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in officially 154 1/2 pounds in 8 professional bouts. He is perfect with 8 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Blackburn, West Lothian, Scotland, here is the undefeated Martin Diesel Delaney. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in officially 155 1/3 pounds and brings a professional record in 10 bouts, 8 victories, and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Copenhagen, Denmark, by way of Bosnia, here is the Bosnian bomber, Damir Hadzovic. Referee in charge of the action is David Swan.
Referee David Swan about to get this off first bout on Cage Warriors Super Saturday Part 2 underway. Damir Hadzovic in the black with blue trim. Martin Diesel Delaney in the white with black trim.
What a precedent the fighters on our first main card have set going into this one.
I spoke to Cage Warriors CEO Graham Boylan briefly during the break between our main cards, and he said he's going to be sport for choice when handing out the fight of the night bonus.
Yeah, he's got some tough decisions to make there.
And when you look at Damir Hadzovic's last fight on Cage Warriors, you've got to think he's got one eye on that knockout bonus too, but a tough customer standing in the way in the shape of Martin Diesel Delaney, judo black belt.
Very high and tight guard for Hadzovic, a bit more open. With the power for Delaney, he needs a right hand there.
There's that right hand.
The right hand hurt him.
Does he not see it?
Damir Hadzovic pounding away. The Bosnian bomber unloading here at Super Saturday.
Look at the frame from Hadzovic to try and keep that space, keep Delaney off him. Not able to do so though as the Scotsman connects to the hips.
Delaney's so strong though. Judo guys famed for that grip
Watch
strength.
your fingers, Damir.
See, and this is in that, he's in that one tough spot. There's that middle spot you can go. So see, the head comes up. Okay, if it's above the waist, we stand him up. If it's below the waist, you push the head down. You know, as part of your sprawling, how to break away from the takedown. But with that one, like when you're dead center, it's kind of like, I got to move him one way or the other before, you know, kind of get stuck in the middle.
Delaney is doing everything he can to try and earn this takedown, but you see the balance of Hadzovic immediately looking to post and come back up to his feet. He's got that overhook, and of course now that right hand is going to be deciding, do I crossface, do I underhook? What can I do to try and create some space here? Because we already saw in that opening stanza just how dangerous
See how frustrating, that's how frustrating Damir is right now, because he's like, I just want to get off this fence, because I almost had you knocked out.
Moving, guys.
I'd like to go back to getting you knocked out, please. You know, so you know he wants to get away, but he's not being sloppy in the process.
Swan did ask for action there. Delaney applying the pressure. Hadzovic trying to peel his man away. Get off that fence. Struggling thus far.
Yeah, you can see that right hand is monitoring the grip of Delaney. Going to stop him connecting. Good
Delaney's got to watch that knee.
If he gets his
knee that
hands
put away
clasped
John
together,
Maguire.
you can see he's turning to the side. He's trying to stretch his base as wide as possible to stop Delaney connecting his hands, and a good ankle pick from the Scotsman.
Let's see what Diesel can do here. Trying to go to work, get a hold of that neck. As soon as that hand comes up, you're going to see the knee. Didn't land flush though.
I think perhaps this is maybe what Delaney needed after eating that first right hand from Hadzovic and having to scramble to gain this clinch position. A lot of time for him to recover and work his own game plan here.
Let's keep this moving, guys.
Delaney pounding the knees in there to the inside of the thigh.
This is eating up a tremendous amount of time now where, you know, Delaney is the aggressor, and these half-scored takedowns each time, you know, they're going to start counting for something, but you can see Hadzovic immediately looking to post and get back up. He's going to scrape Delaney off the cage here, put the fence between himself and his opponent. You're impressed with the wall work here, Jens?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a good job. And then it's just that stalemate. This is one of those situations. This is, again, the ref's going to have to help them out. You know what I mean? And the fact that he tries to break off, Martin wants, he wants to sit there and just drive in and keep trying to drive that takedown and get that takedown, and then change levels and get the takedown. And then Damir doesn't want to give away too much, but he wants to get back out in that open range where he can let that right hand do what it was doing just a minute ago.
Chopping shot there from Delaney, just trying to stay active enough to be allowed to keep this position.
I think he is barely staying active enough here.
Yeah.
Knee up the middle. And there's a combination from Hadzovic immediately, as soon as he got that space.
Yeah, didn't need much space at all, trying to earn some more points in this round, surging forward for some very straight shots.
See, now we all know why Martin was holding on to him until he had no choice.
Another shot punch over the top. Final 10 seconds of this first round. Hadzovic trying to create the space. The Bosnian bomber looking to land one of those painmakers.
See, the thing is, with Delaney pushing forward for most of that round, it's Delaney who gets to choose when the space to break is, which means he gets to decide when that quick strike in the transition comes. If Hadzovic can turn him around and then choose to break, he can dictate where those strikes, and we've already seen when he surges forward, he's so dangerous.
Let's take a look at some of the action from that first round. We're going to see those big shots, and it was the overhand right from the Bosnian bomber to kick things off. A nice left straight, and another right hand behind it there from Hadzovic.
This was good work from Delaney to persevere forward and really slow the tempo of this fight down after Hadzovic's very quick start. It's a tough one to score because not a whole lot happened in up against the cage.
Yeah, a lot of ring generalship by Martin, but then look, once there was some space, boop, boop, and he was trying to put him away, take advantage of that moment that he had. That's like, no. Go ahead and get back over here.
See if Hadzovic looks to stay on the outside a bit more at the start of this second round.
Super Saturday Part 2 underway here at London's Kentish Town Forum. Damir Hadzovic in the black, Martin Diesel Delaney in the white. And again it's Hadzovic with the right hand, throws the kick out behind it, keeping his options open with the strikes. Delaney though right back into that controlling position on the cage.
He committed forward so fast, he made his movement very easy for Delaney to dictate and to counter and grab a hold of him. He needs that surge forward, but he needs to be moving off and cutting the angles rather than hitting that one straight line where his movement's very predictable.
Crazy. Even that front kick, he's throwing that thing up there just in case, and Martin's able to at least, again, stop and cut it off, and hey, you kind of run right into me, and now we're back in this position. He just can't get away from him.
Trying to control the back now is Martin Delaney.
And Delaney's got to try and grip his hands together and just go for something powerful. When you get that opportunity to move behind your opponent like that, you've really got to make it count because it's such a tough position to get to. It really is one of the goals in wrestling to get behind your opponent where you can be so offensive.
Nice knee from Hadzovic there. Dropping the elbow, staying busy. Going to be very interesting to score this fight, Josh, because Hadzovic landing the damaging shots, Delaney having a lot of time and control though.
I mean, you've got to say though, is it effective grappling from Delaney? Because he's not earning the takedown. So if you're scoring effective striking and effective grappling, perhaps the more effective work is coming from the Bosnian, who's got a good top half guard here.
Is Delaney. Let's see what Hadzovic can do in this top control position. Big hammer fist.
Delaney looking to use that shin. He gives up the position though, going flat to his back. He's going to have to earn all that ground back again of getting on his side.
Big
trying to create the space
from the Bosnian bomber.
Delaney, the one thing is he has controlled it, but like you're saying is he's surviving. It looks like he's surviving because every time there was a free minute of fighting, he's getting hit upside the head. He's bleeding now down the front. So it looks more like he's doing survival, and it's not really, probably not persuading the three people to vote for him.
Yeah, we're going to see if he's got a guard game here as Hadzovic is in what's the open guard of Martin Delaney. Back to half guard now. Delaney trying to work his way closer. You see Hadzovic using that left arm to keep the head away. Short shots.
Yeah, Damir's just doing a great job of keeping just enough space to stay effective, slapping, hitting you with the pepper shots, just slapping quick hammer fist to the head.
I mean, the reality is for a half guard to be effective here, the man on the bottom's got to get close to his opponent. He's got to get right on his side, try and get underneath. If you can frame on his face, push him away, put his shoulders flat on the mat, you can nullify any kind of offense he's got.
That's a bad play. That's a bad time to be in a half guard.
Triangle attempt possibly if he can slip that leg through.
It's nice to see some more of Damir Hadzovic. We heard a lot of hype surrounding this guy before he fought over in Copenhagen. Really only got to see his stand-up skills against John Maguire. So nice to see a couple of different dimensions to his game. A capable fighter in all areas. He's having a tough time here against Martin Delaney though.
Yeah, of course, he shares a camp with our welterweight champion, Nicholas Dalby, so some fantastic training partners over in Denmark for him.
Nicholas Dalby with that incredible highlight reel finish to take the Cage Warriors welterweight title. I know Damir Hadzovic would like to take the Cage Warriors lightweight world title back to the same camp, Rumble Sports.
Oh, looking for deep half guard is Delaney. He's got to keep changing his base around, just a little bit too static. Got stuck underneath his opponent. In that position, once you get under, you've got to really change your angle, move from side to side, and just got stuck in the wrong position there.
He made a move at least, you know, and he started to try and change it up a little bit. And yeah, once you kind of get stuck, then it's, oh, now I got to go back. Now I got to go back and reverse and start over. This is just good, solid. Damir is just, he's just pounding on him, sitting in a good spot. I love sitting on that one leg, sitting there kind of like in a half guard-esque, so to speak, when you're on top. Sitting down on that one leg, controlling it, and just start raining punches.
Well, it's something we see in MMA more and more, isn't it? Guys don't need to pass the half guard because they can, you know, pin their opponent and strike so effectively from there.
It always used to be the way that it was almost a race to mount position, but guys now preferring side control, preferring half guard. Constant evolution of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, not too many people trying to get, they're not trying to do the mount too much anymore. It's like, oops, I fell into the mount, now I want to get off, get over to the side. I like side, please. Side control.
Definitely a much more decisive round for Damir Hadzovic there. I think he's going to have no trouble taking that one on the judges' scorecards.
Jens, if you're in Martin Delaney's corner now, what are you telling him as we move into this third and final round?
Well, I mean, he really has to start to pick this up. Okay, I know you want to clinch. I know you want to push it, pressure him up against the fence. Where's the damage? Where are the punches? You got to start hurting this guy. You got to start putting it away and put him away. You got to damage him.
Well, let's take a look at some of the action now from the second round. Delaney jabbing away, but the counter strikes from the Bosnian bomber immediately doing some damage there.
Yeah, found his way in, did Delaney. But it was good wrestling from Hadzovic to sprawl his man out, earn that top position, and then pepper away with shots. We saw some activity on the bottom from Delaney, but just not enough to either sweep, submit, or get back to his feet even. So the Bosnian bomber, Damir Hadzovic, really doing some good work in that second round.
Okay, final round. You ready? You ready? Let's do this.
Third of the 3 5-minute rounds. Delaney coming out aggressive, immediately looking for a takedown. Throwing behind him, Hadzovic with a knee as well.
That's why he throws that there kick. It's a half knee. No, I like that.
Yeah, it just comes up and then fires the quadricep and it brings the foot through. And of course it comes right out of that peripheral vision as well.
Oh, and left hand there lands for Hadzovic. Perhaps a little bit of the spring taken out of his step. Delaney slips on the high head kick.
You can see how tired Martin Delaney is at this stage. I mean, he's been to a decision several times in his career, but right now he is tired, and Damir Hadzovic is looking to make him pay.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of squeezing and a lot of holding, and not so much of the offensively pushing, punching, things like that. He's been doing a lot of the grabbing, and that's got to wear on your arms, without a doubt.
And we talked about it towards the end of that second round. Hadzovic now in the half guard, looking to posture up, create a little bit of space to land some punches, maybe an elbow or two.
Yeah, it was good guard retention from Martin Delaney, but he's got to do something with it. He can't afford to just sit here, accept this bottom position, and see the round whittled away from him. Because even if he did take that first on a narrow decision, the last two, you know, he's going to be on his back, and Damir Hadzovic is going to take this on the judges' scorecards.
See, with Damir, this is that easier said than done, mind you. You would always love to do it, but it's like, okay, you know what? You've been putting this guy away. You've been hurting him standing up. Let's, all right, just put a little more energy into this, and let's make an exclamation point and put this away.
You talk about guys with heavy hands, and Jen's obviously something you've been known for throughout your career. You just get the sense that Hadzovic has that genetic gift that every punch he lands, you just feel it from cage side. It's heavy shots, and the knees too. That's the thing. Sometimes when you just throw hard, I mean, you just throw Robbie Lawler hard. I mean, it's just not funny. Just boom, you can just, it just, you know it.
And I think we're starting to see some of the fatigue in Martin Delaney there. A very easy takedown for Damir Hadzovic, who has a mount position here. Delaney trying to get on his side and escape to recover guard, but big shots coming in from Hadzovic now, who looks to take the back.
Not going to get bucked off, gets behind the triceps, going to get his feet in, start to work for
oh, let's see if he gets flattened out. The hips come driving into the spine.
Precarious position here for Martin Diesel. Delaney Hadzovic on top, elbows and punches coming in.
Should be able to scrape him off the back here, but of course he's still probably going to be in mount even if he escapes.
Oh, absolutely huge elbow. Just sprayed Damir Hadzovic's own corner with Martin Delaney's blood. Oh my goodness.
You know it's an elbow when it makes your own corner flinch.
I mean, Delaney's managed to recover a quarter guard here. See if he can get his hips up, but there's just no recoil on that head as the short elbows come in.
He's cut Delaney bad. A lot of blood on the back of the head of Martin Delaney now.
I just don't think Martin Delaney has got enough left in the tank with the explosion he would need to do something decisive here.
And you also get the impression that Hadzovic's not content to ride this one out to the judges. Still moving, still working. Still looking to land these damaging shots. Trying to push his head under the armpit now, perhaps set up that head now on the other side, but instead sits back, looks to drop some more shots. Short punches and hammer fists here from the Bosnian bomber.
Oh, looking to sprawl out that defensive leg. And he has done, he's earned side control from it. Good work from Damir Hadzovic.
Push down on the arm.
Looking for the salivary position here. Delaney escapes. Real gutsy performance from Delaney here. He's taken a lot of damage.
Those short elbows really starting to mount up now. I'd like to see Damir Hadzovic get his hips a little bit lower.
45 seconds left in the round, and indeed the fight. The opener of Super Saturday Part 2. Hadzovic now takes the back. Delaney rolling and wriggling, trying to get out of this position. Hadzovic dropping the hammer fists. Less than 30 seconds to go. Not much time to play with for these two lightweights. Still working though. More hammer fists from Hadzovic, going for the neck here. Final 10 seconds.
And we might as well look for something. He's been in control for certainly the full 2 rounds of this fight.
He puts the squeeze on side, doesn't get it.
Sound. I mean, it was just a sound, well-rounded, all around.
Yeah, a lot of cage time for Damir Hadzovic now after a quick outing in Copenhagen, but I feel pretty certain saying that he's ground his way to a pretty decisive win there.
Some great pressure earlier on from Martin Delaney, but some huge striking combinations from Hadzovic really hurt his man. And as the fight wore on, it was Hadzovic in that top position, chipping away with elbows and short punches. And we're going to take a look at some of that action now as we see some replays from the third and final round. Big knee to start things off.
Yeah, it was such
what a beard on Martin Delaney.
Such a good strike from Damir Hadzovic, and there was the reap of the leg. And at this point, the fatigue had set in so much to Martin Delaney that he was really just surviving on the bottom. Credit to him, he kept moving, he kept trying to recover guard, but really the offense was not coming back at Damir Hadzovic. He was able to do whatever he wanted and just grind out what is probably going to be a judge's decision victory there.
It would appear that way. perhaps some argument could be made for giving Martin Delaney the first round. He did have extended periods of control. I kind of get the impression that it could be a clean sweep for Hadzovic, but as ever, we leave that to our very capable judges. And I believe our judges have rendered a decision, so we will throw it to Joe Martinez in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 have it 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, the Bosnian bomber, Damir Hadzovic.
Huge win for Damir Hadzovic. He's in the cage with my broadcast colleague, Jens Pulver.